This is the trading review for Monday, the first week of October. It's the 2nd of October, 2023. And I was looking at Tesla, and everything seemed normal. We were having an inside day. But as news came out, Tesla dropped to the S6 level and from a nice doji in the pre market. And reverse very strongly back into S4, but we open outside of S4. So I was trying to get an S4 breakout against the trend as it was behaving as an outside day in the pre-market. And obviously I had to change the Camarilla pivots to the ones without pre-market data, with the ones with pre-market data, as we had this price action that took us outside the range from yesterday, and I missed out on this trade. I was being very careful. We closed the gap and then tried to reject it, and this could have been a nice opportunity for me to enter and partial 2 to 1. But I hesitated, so I didn't pull the trigger. It was very fast, and we formed this nice hammer for an entry rejection of S4 pretty much. We rejected S3, and then we had another rejection at under S4, and this could have been the perfect entry for a long. And this could have also been a nice entry, but this was the perfect one for an S4 reversal. And even then, I could have made an entry here, but with the possibility of getting stopped out. But once we were inside here at this range, we could have gone long and then partial all the way to R3. And at S3, I didn't really have a strong signal to enter. That's why it's important to not use the Camarilla pivots as a signal to entry, but as a map. And anywhere here, I guess, could have been a nice entry, but there was no stop loss area defined other than the wick of this candle. But anyways, I knew that I had missed my opportunity long, so I waited for a reversal, and we actually pushed past value, the previous day value, and above R3. We had a big spike in volume followed by a doji, and this happened near the pre-market area high, and with a doji I decided to make an entry, but I was very careful to get out at break even if we fail to really drop. So as soon as we closed with a red candle, I placed my stop loss at break even, and lo and behold, we failed to drop lower, and that is because this candle was too strong. So I felt that it was more of a rest. But as you can see, we tried to push higher, form a little bit of a hammer here, and I guess this could have been a nice entry. And for a short, for an R4 reversal or an R3 traverse, and we actually dropped very nicely back into R3, and then we stall. And now here I made my entry once again because we showed a very nice selling pressure on the 2-minute candlesticks and the 5-minute as well. So same concept. I was expecting a big drop and actually held nicely. Once again, we dropped to 52 and very close to 2R, which is what I wanted to partial because the daily was very bullish, including the pivots. But we had this hammer here, and that made me really skeptical of the price action. So you always have to trust the hammers in the 2-minute candle. So I decided to place my stop loss at break even, but as soon as we were gathering steam again, I got out. Luckily, we formed another stop loss area showing more selling pressure, which respected the previous selling pressure. We formed 3 candles. So on this last candle, I realized that, you know what, this is too good of an opportunity to pass out. So I decided to make my entry here without, not at the breakout of the candle, but in this area, and obviously with a stop loss at the top of the week, 253.11. So I had a nice share size for a risk of 41 cents, and it worked wonderfully. I didn't expect to have much of a drop. Maybe the previous day close was my ultimate target, but I partial at 2 to 1. Maybe I could have held to 3 to 1, but again, with such a bullish stock, and especially on the daily, I had to adjust my profit targets, and also I had the opportunity to add, so it's not so bad. I partial at 2R, and then another at 4R. I took another half of my position, so 50% out, and then 50% of the remaining 50%. So uh, I got out here for 2R. So here I hit the minimum daily goal. We pulled back, but this looked more of a resting for a continuation. So I added here for the breakdown of this 5-minute candle, and use the 20 moving average on the 5-minute, which was being respected before, as my stop loss on this ad. So it was a very aggressive ad, but it worked out, and I partial once again on another drop, 50% of my position, and then I partial here because I use root tire. I didn't think we will hit this, but again, um, I should have been more patient, wait for that drop, and end the day at an even greater goal. And as you can see, the stock actually continued all the way down to S2 before reversing. And now that's what it is at forming value in the gray area. So I managed to be smart about my entries that were not so confident, but it was a smart way of doing it because I kind of knew what to expect. So these were all traverses. Yes, yes. I executed all of them. Uh, I waited for the level 2 to empty. These were break even, and 1. So 0, 0, and 3.8. So finally, a good day, and with respect to the rules, of course, everything was excellent. I think a 9 here. I realized right away with my entries that we had to have a very strong response to the price action, and we failed to have that drop, then it meant that the trade was not going to work. So I got out of break even. Managed to do really well in these aspects. I adapted to the changing conditions of the stock. I recognize that it went from an outside day to an inside day as we started to trade back into the range and value. Took only B setups and adapted my profit taking accordingly. And I also had an excellent ad. So because of that, we hit goal. We executed 100%. We took 3 trades, all 3 winners, and 3.8. So it's a really good start to the month. And really good day. So that's it for my trade review. 2 break even, 1 winner, and finally ended on a good note for the day. And I could have gotten more out of this trade, but again, I'm happy with what I have so far. So that's it for the trading